Sometimes we fear endings as if they are final, as if they steal something from us. But endings are simply the earth closing one chapter so that another may bloom. Every ending carries within it the seed of a beginning, hidden yet powerful. Like the sunset that makes way for the stars, life whispers to us, "Don't be afraid, this too is part of the journey." In this quiet reflection, we will explore how every ending, no matter how painful, can be the start of something even more beautiful. We are taught to see endings as doors slammed shut. We grieve, we panic, we resist. But endings are rarely absolute, they are transformations in disguise. Like seasons, life rotates through cycles: birth, growth, release, renewal. When you accept this, endings lose their sting. Think of a caterpillar. What seems like death inside a cocoon is actually the creation of wings. In our lives, many things must dissolve for us to fly. When one chapter ends, the page is simply being turned for the next. What you thought you lost might only be changing shape, preparing to meet you again in a new form. It's not the end, it's an unfolding. After an ending, there's often a quiet space. It feels like a pause, empty, uncertain. This space can be uncomfortable because we crave clarity and direction. But this is where the magic begins in the invisible. Seeds germinate in the dark soil before they sprout into the sun. Similarly, your next beginning is already forming, even if you can't see it yet. Don't rush this sacred in-between. Breathe into it. Trust that your life knows what it's doing, even when you don't. One day, you'll look back and see that this pause was necessary for your transformation. The more tightly we cling to what is ending, the more painful the process becomes. Releasing is not forgetting, it's making space for the new to arrive. Think of the ocean, it cannot receive new waves unless the old ones have receded. Letting go is not a loss, it's an act of trust. Release the story you've been telling yourself about what should have been. Release the fear that you won't be okay. In releasing, you open your hands for blessings to land. The sooner you loosen your grip, the sooner the new chapter can arrive. In a vast forest stood an old oak tree. It had seen countless seasons: sunlit springs, golden autumns, harsh winters. One year, a young sapling grew nearby. They spoke often, the sapling asking the oak for wisdom. But one day, a storm came. The old oak, after centuries of standing strong, fell to the forest floor. The sapling wept, believing its guide was gone forever. But over time, the oak's trunk became home to moss, ferns, and tiny creatures. Its decaying bark nourished the soil, allowing the sapling to grow taller than ever before. One life's ending became the foundation for another's beginning. The sapling finally understood nothing truly ends, it only transforms. Starting over takes bravery. When we've been hurt or disappointed, it's tempting to stay closed off. But beginnings require vulnerability, the willingness to step into the unknown. You may feel unprepared, but so does every seed before it pushes through the soil. Even the smallest step forward is an act of courage. You are not starting from scratch, you are starting from experience. Carry the lessons, but leave the heaviness behind. Your new beginning will meet you halfway if you take the first step. It may sound strange, but loss often brings hidden treasures. It strips away what is unnecessary. It teaches you what truly matters. It deepens your empathy for others. Loss can shape you into a stronger, wiser, more compassionate version of yourself. When the storm clears, you might find that you are more grounded, more real, more you. The ending didn't destroy you, it revealed you. Life is not a straight line, it is a circle. Everything that ends will begin again, in some form. You have lived this truth countless times, every morning after a dark night, every spring after winter. Death feeds life, loss feeds growth, endings feed beginnings. When you understand this, you stop fearing change. Instead, you welcome it like an old friend returning. In a small village, a potter shaped clay on his wheel. One day, he finished a beautiful vase, but it slipped from his hands and shattered. The potter's apprentice was heartbroken, thinking the vase's beauty was gone forever. But the potter smiled. He gathered the pieces, grinding them into fine dust. Mixing the dust with fresh clay, he shaped an even more intricate vessel, stronger and more beautiful than the first. The apprentice understood, sometimes, what breaks is not lost, it's preparing to be remade. When you see every ending as a hidden beginning, gratitude naturally follows. You stop resenting the past and start honoring it. You thank the lessons, the tears, the changes. You realize that everything, even the painful parts, was part of the path that brought you here. And here is exactly where you need to be. You hold the pen now. You get to decide how the next chapter unfolds. Will you write it in fear or in hope? In hesitation or in trust? Remember, the ending you feared may be the best thing that ever happened to you, because it brought you here, to the blank page, to the chance to begin again.